So welcome to our little tour of some famous downtown Dallas sites. We are starting the tour off on Riverfront Boulevard, which long-term residents know it better as Industrial Boulevard, but they wanted to gentrify everything around here. If you can see all the construction, so they thought the name Industrial sounded kind of tacky, so they would change it to Riverfront because that sounded really pretty. Because we are on the banks of the Trinity River, though it really isn't much of a river. We can pretend. That's why we have this big bridge over to the left. Call it the $1 billion bridge to nowhere. Up, we're going to see the infamous triple underpass, which was the site of the Kennedy assassination. This old bridge coming up in front of us, built in the 1930s. Kennedy was over on Elm Street, which is on your far left, at the time of the shooting, right before the triple underpass. You can kind of see the top of the school book depository. Try real hard and don't get hit. Try really hard. Look out our window. That on the left is the school book depository. 6th floor is where Oswald was stationed when he did the shooting. White building up in front of us is the George Allen Federal Building. So we're going to be taking a left on Houston Street. White building on the left is Union Station, where the trains used to come in. Going down Young Street. Next building on the left, I'm going to get there in time before the light changes. That is the old home of the Dallas Morning News. You can still see the sign up at the top, Dallas Morning News. Although they just moved out about a year ago, because they've kind of fallen by the wayside, as all newspapers have. We used to have newspaper vending machines everywhere. You can't find, they kind of went the way of payphones. They're just all gone. So now this building that's been there for probably 60 years is empty and vacant. I don't know what they plan on doing with it. paper is still around. They've just moved to a much smaller site. And another vacant building is the WFAA Channel 8 ABC News building. They have moved as well. So this used to be a big news and media corner of the city. Right now it's vacant. We have another piece of history coming up in the next block. And he's one of my favorite pieces of Dallas history. His name is Pegasus. All right. Oh, Pegasus, have you fallen down? Looks like he is actually on his side. Pegasus is the famous flying red horse. And it looks like they've actually got him tilted. He used to be on top of a mercantile building, and it used to be the tallest building in Dallas way back in, I guess, the 40s. My mother used to say that when she was a child coming into Dallas from East Texas, they would always look for Pegasus, the flying red horse. And there he is, removed from all his glory, moved from his pedestal, and now he is in front of a hotel. I guess generating business for a hotel, but I really think he deserves a better place. Beautiful Pegasus. So we're on Young Street, which is City Hall's coming up on the right. And we have over here a bunch of, if you can see them, some scooters, some of the Uber scooters, the green Uber scooters. The orange scooters, I'm not sure who makes those, but those are all laying on the ground. But the Uber scooters seem to be very well kept. And they seem to be a lot more popular than the bicycles that were around here. The Uber scooters, of course, you have to have an Uber app to use the scooters. Because I tried to jump on one the other day and couldn't use it. So before City Hall, we have yet another tourist attraction coming up on our right. And it's a manufactured tourist attraction, because most things are here in Dallas. Manufactured, that is. These are statues of a cattle drive. If you know any Texas history, you know that cattle drives never happened in the city of Dallas, but it sure seems to fool the tourists. They like to have their pictures taken and sometimes get on top of the cattle there. And right up here, you're going to see City Hall. So City Hall, if you look at it from the back, it looks like just a normal, what is it, 8-story office building. This is it right here on the left. But come around to the back of it, it's kind of an inverted pyramid. It was built by the designer I.M. Pei, P-E-I. Here comes a fire truck. Emergency at your service. So this is the back of the City Hall. It's what kind of gives it its distinction, like a kind of an inverted pyramid. You see these red statues, red balls over here on the left, because they've got a halt for the fire truck. It's by another famous designer, British designer Henry Moore. And over here is the Dallas Convention Center, mid-century modern building. It's now called the Cape Elliott Hutchinson Convention Center. So just a few more sights to show you. Up ahead of us is a hotel called the Hotel Lorenzo, but back in the day it was known as the Ramada Inn. And this is famous. The Ramada Inn was famous because it is the site where Tina Turner finally had enough of Ike and ran away from him. So she ran away, she ran out the kitchen of the hotel here, and ran. This is where we're about to cross the freeway, I-30. She ran across I-30 to safety and away from Ike. And she never went back to Ike again. That's where it happened, y'all. Right up here, you see a giant umbrella in the middle of the street. I'm gonna kind of show you something that goes with the umbrella around the corner here. That's something the Hotel Lorenzo put up there, kind of because it matches something around the corner. Another type of British item of apparel. So we'll find out what that is in just a second. So what is it? What do you see over here on the left? Look at that. It is a black British derby hat, just sitting smack in the middle of a field in the middle of Dallas. So the story on the derby hat was that it was supposed to go on top of a hat manufacturer building in one of our suburbs, and apparently it was against code. It was too big, and so they weren't allowed to put it on the building. So apparently they found this site here, this field, and stuck it over here. And the Hotel Lorenzo, kind of having a sense of humor, decided a giant umbrella would go well with the giant hat. But we're kind of missing, what are we missing? A briefcase and maybe an overcoat. So that's it. That's my little tour of downtown Dallas. I hope you enjoyed it, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye.